So I've been working on the Hermitage, I've been working on the McLaren House out west of Hamilton, and I've been getting caught up in details like the particular individual features of the buildings, and I always struggle with kind of trying to recreate the photograph, and I feel like I'm falling back in that trap. This year I've been much more methodical, much more slower. I aim, my original goals with outdoor painting is to do it in one session, and that hasn't been happening this year. One, I haven't had really the length of time to actually do that. One sessions, family life puts limitations on how much time I can be away. But the other thing too is I just haven't got into that groove, and so I'm really feeling that I need to shake things up, to go into a different direction. This often also happens to me at the end of summer. Summer is the time I get out to outdoors, and I really find it's almost my research and development period. It's when I get to really test out things. I really like testing things out outside. That's where my creativity really stems from. It's being outside. The rest of the year is really refining things, working in the studio, trying little projects. Again, because it all tends to be detail work, kind of research background stuff. It's sort of very instrumental sort of stuff. But when the summer hits, then I really start moving. I really start trying different things and that sort of thing. And by the end of summer, as we, this is coming up, this is the Labor Day weekend, I really now start getting ready to do big dynamic changes. This has happened for a number of years, and a number of years. What I'm trying out is figure painting, actually, and I bought some paint extender and that sort of thing. I use acrylics, some retardant, which I don't normally use, to thicken up the body, and I'm going to try to do some paintings just using my hands, and this should be quite a different experience. So as a lead up to that, I've tried to do some finger painting with Chinese inks. Now there is such a thing as called, sorry, I'm trying to get it there. There is such a thing as called Chinese finger painting, and there's a long tradition of it. In addition to using pens and brushes and that, there is a tradition of painting with your fingers with Chinese inks, and that's exactly what I've been doing today. I first started off with a warm-up, a charcoal warm-up. I'll just show you what that was. This was a charcoal warm-up. It's very dark and smudgy, but it just sort of get loose loosen my getting a little bit more free form. So let me just put this down. Yeah, so getting a little bit more free form, getting used, and then I went into the using my fingers with the ink, and that was charcoal. Sorry, with charcoal sticks, and then with this I use my fingers to produce a very kind of sketchy version of the Central Public School, which was built in 56, 57, I think. So, and that's where I'm standing out right now on a slightly cool evening with a bit of a breeze. So I'm going to try on the weekend, Saturday or Monday, to do an acrylic finger painting of this building, and let's see how I've got a very large canvas. It's 40 inches by 48 inches, and so that should give me a lot of room, because as with your fingers, and as you can see I have dirty fingers today, that'll give me because with your fingers you won't be able to do too fine a detail on too small of a drawing or a canvas. So I've tried to go as large as possible, and we'll see what happens with that. And and I'll get back to you on that. Me and Rob got together on Wednesday to talk about the Hermitage and what we were going to do with that. Me and Rob decided that he's a writer and I'm a painter, an artist, and we decided that we're going to focus on our strengths, on focusing on the Hermitage and the different historical way we could make the Hermitage come more alive to people. And if our thinking is if the people feel more strongly and passionately about the building, then the harder it will be to tear it down. It's kind of interesting. We were there fighting at the permits committee level and really trying to convince them that this was not the way to go, to allow a partial demolition of the Hermitage ruins, and they agreed finally at the end, and then it got that direction got ratified by the Heritage Committee. Then it got overturned, or the Planning Committee went the opposite way. They sided with the Conservation Authority. Then it went to City Council, and then, as I've mentioned in the last report, Lord Ferguson asked for a stay on the defer on the judgment decision on that. So it'll probably come up in the new year, either December or January. Again, as I mentioned before, there's these two young ladies who are created this Facebook page, and it's now approaching 600, and they also are helping the Hamilton Conservation Authority raise money. So the deal that's been put out there is $200,000 from the Conservation Authority, $200,000 from City Hall, and $200,000 from the community. Well, it's going to be interesting because, you know, City Hall, there's lots of competing demands on funding, and that's a lot of money, and I haven't seen a great willingness from City Hall to put out a huge sums of money, though there was money coming forward for the curb building. Lloyd Ferguson feels but it's doable, so I'll bow to his experience on that, and $200,000 from the community. That's also a fairly tall order, especially the original time frame is talking 3 months, though there is some indication that the Conservation Authority might allow more time to it, up to I saw that they weren't planning to do anything on the ruins for another 8 months, so that would give a little bit more time, though I think realistically you're talking a year or so to raise that kind of money, first working with the grassroots and then trying to line up some big donors. But again, I'm not going to get involved in the fundraising side of that. I'll leave that to the young ladies who are running the Save the Hermitage Facebook page.